At the center of it all, it's you that I see. It's you that I see. At the center of it all, it's you that I see. It's you that I see. There is power in your name. Miracles happen in your name. As we lift our voice in praise, it's you that I see. It's you that I see. Sing it out. Say. At the center of it all, it's you that I see. It's you that I see. Jesus only. It's you that I see. Lift those hands wherever you are. At the center of it all, it's you that I see. It's you that I see. Only you, Jesus. It's you that I see. Lift those hands. Say. There is power in your name. Miracles happen in your name. As we lift our voice and praise, it's you that I see. It's you that I see. Thank you, Jesus. It's you that I see. One more time, sing with us. Sing. At the center of it all. Yeah. One more time, sing with us. Sing.
How to know that you are not
That I see Jesus. Nobody else is worthy. At the center of it all. Only you. It's you that I see. It's you that I see. Lift those hands wherever you are, declaring. There is power. There is power in your name. Miracles happen in your name. As we lift the voice and praise, it's you I see. It's you that I see. Yeah. That I see. One more time, wherever you are, declaring. There is power. There is power in your name. Miracles happen. Miracles happen. As we lift the voice and praise. Bring it on. It's you that I see. It's you that I see. You are bigger, bigger than the biggest. You are stronger, stronger than the strongest. You are higher, higher than the highest. You are greater, greater than the greatest. You are bigger, bigger than the biggest. You are stronger, stronger than the strongest. You are higher, higher than the highest. You are greater, greater than the greatest. You are bigger, bigger than the biggest. You are stronger, stronger than the strongest. You are higher, higher than the highest. You are greater, greater than the greatest. You are bigger, bigger than the biggest. You are stronger, stronger than the strongest. You are higher, higher than the highest. You are greater, greater than the greatest. At the center of it all, it's you that I see. you that I see. Oh, at the center of it all. Rich man. Don't want to go see me, I go run. Challenge to see me, I go run. But failure see me, I go baba. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Sickness go see me, I go run. Verbal side when I see my face so. Actor when I know my place so. Cause I'm a beauty baba. I'm a brand new man, I am a king. I'm born again, never the same. Holy one, yes, you never change. The words are everlasting. Holy Ghost fire, fire. I salute you, ancients of days. You never let me down one day. I'm enjoying my heritage. Before they go see me, I go run. Challenge to see me, I go run. But failure see me, I go baba. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Sickness go see me, I go run. Verbal side when I see my face so. Actor when I know my place so. Cause I'm a beauty baba. I'm from above and not beneath. I'm a victor, I never lose so. Take a very good look at me. I'm walking with on every day. I see my blessings falling. Change my morning to dancing. I'm changing my level. You will never see me to struggle. Hey. Before they go see me, I go run. Challenge to see me, I go run. But failure see me, I go baba. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Sickness go see me, I go run. Verbal side when I see my face so. Actor when I know my place so. Cause I'm a beauty baba. Holy Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire. Counting my blessings. Never move from behind. Holy Ghost fire. You don't know me. Ghost fire. Holy Ghost fire.
We want to say a good day and welcome to all those joining us tonight again. This is Family Connection Network. We're here every Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So happy to be back. Been away for some time now, but no regrets. We enjoy doing this. I'm along with Ernest Levi Tatos Daniels. Welcome. How you doing?
Well, so I'm fine. Thank God for life. Thank God for another Sunday. And as always, it's a pleasure to be back on our show, man. Like you said, this is what we love doing, so we can't just hesitate. We're always like eager to see another Sunday come, so we can tell our listener, our audience, very safely that again we have come with another edition of the show, and just sit back, relax yourself, get your cup of water, a cup of soda, a juice, and just relax. We are here to bring you the best.
And by the way, just letting our man viewers know, we've been following for a while, and those who just joining in, that this program is all about community. Whatever group are doing initiative in our community, you want to be out there so we can promote what you do. Tell the people about your work. We're more than happy to do that. That's all we're doing tonight. So, having said that, we had a group with us some time back, and they are also back here today. And they are the Power of a Change woman. They were here last week. We had them on a week ago on our show. And we have Mrs. Komasal Dala Webb, who's here tonight with us to talk about the program they had over the weekend. We're going to be looking at successes, challenges, and what have you. And Mrs. Webb, we want to say thank you so much for joining us again.
Thank you for having me.
That's great. As we said very earlier, you were here sometime back talking about the power of the changed woman. And we just want to go back there. Maybe for those who did not follow that episode, tell us a little, or tell us the group Power of the Changed Woman. What is it all about?
The Power for Change Woman is an organization made to help us as women that have been beaten on every side and dying in silence, and how we can come together and help each other out. And how we do that is through educating ourselves and try to heal, strengthening our weaknesses to build our self-esteem up.
So you talk about weaknesses, building yourself up. What are those weaknesses? Can you speak to them specifically? Give us scenarios. How are you building yourself up? Because I know you guys work 18 hours. Sometimes you don't even have time for us.
Well, and a lot of us, we let our fear take over and limit us. Our fear, our insecurity, doubts that we cannot do it because of our past mistakes, because of our upbringing. So that's a weakness. And in order for you to overcome that, our main source of strength is the Bible, the Word of God, which we teach every other Saturday to gain our strength. Because he said his weakness is made perfect in our his strength is made perfect in our weaknesses. So we try to read the Word of God to give us strength, to encourage all, to let us know that we are still valuable, we are still here. That means we have been chosen in our community, in our homes, in our marriages, in our family, to do the work for which God has called us to do. But because of certain circumstances, we have been limited, restricted to do certain things. And the Word of God has been our tools to strengthen us in our weaknesses.
I know precisely. Everybody has a past. So don't let your past beat you down. If
Yes.
you fall, you should wake up and
Get
keep
up.
going. I don't
Giving
know,
up is not an option.
I know, but there's a mindset that our past is still dragging us down. How can I forget about my past? It's not easy to forget. It's a challenge.
It is. It's a challenge, and that's what the devil use against us. The past. In every area that you have made that mistake, the devil used that to remind you of your past. The past is not to go with you. The past is not something that you can carry with you into the future, but what you can carry with you is the lesson learned from that past that can give you strength to enter into the future with pride and dignity. It's not something to carry with you. You got to leave it back. You got to go back in there and search to see what you need to learn from it, what you got from it. I mean, their life experience is all about learning, a learning process. Our past come to teach us something, and sometimes we forget to know that, we forget to take that lesson from there to carry us through. You will need it in time of another trial. It don't have to be the same thing, but you need the lesson to carry you through. So that's the only thing you need to take from your past. I know sometimes it can be hard, especially when we being reminded, and sometimes our own people that's supposed to help us to overcome, to leave it behind, those are the same people reminding us of our mistakes, and make it even harder for us to move forward.
That's
But
a
it
challenge.
can happen. You can do it if you set your mind to work on it, to beat it. He said we are more than conquerors. We are victorious.
That's a challenge. Because I
Yes,
know
it
for
is.
sure you are a married woman married to a pastor. But let's put that pastor and religious thing aside. Couples in the house. The other couple annoying the other couple. It take them back to their past life. How can you forget about that? Let disagreement on simple things. And hear somebody reminding you about who you were 10 years ago. How did that go with you? Tell me. You're telling me forget about the past, take the positive and move on. But somebody who you live with is still reminding you. How can you work with that?
Well, it gotta take the grace of God to speak to both of you guys. All you can do is just pray for that person as well and pray for yourself to get that strength to not let it beat you down again. And when you first go through the hurt, the first time it can be really hard. But as times go by, they won't heal. But the scarf is still there. And that's why we have the organization, and sometimes we'll be having program for our men as well to help us over, to help us how they can help us is in a way of encouraging us and helping us in the best way they can, instead of them beating on us and bringing us down and bringing us back to that place that we're trying to leave from. So it will be a time that we have teaching on those things that were meant so they can help us as well, because we cannot do it by ourselves. They need to help us. That means if argument arises, there's no need for you to go back to the past. She trying to overcome her anger. And every time you that same thing you used to do in your relationship, you're able to, it don't help. But if our men can understand and help us, we can be a better wife. We can be a better sister. We can be a better mother. They just need a little, helping hand to help them in the home.
If you're just joining us tonight, we have with us the Power of Change Woman, and we're talking about their organization and the program they had yesterday. But we still want to take you back to give you some details, what they are about, what they are involved in. In part 2 of discussion, we'll be looking at the successes of their program yesterday and what were the challenges. I got my colleagues with me. Minister Leva, over to you.
Well, thank you, Soto. And we want to say thank you, Mother Webs. I mean, that's so excellent of you. I've known about a couple of organizations that have been having some initiatives of such. Like we heard about another organization called NAMPLA, and they're doing same thing for the old people. And to have you coming on board, in our community to see as to how best you can be able to reach out is commendable event or act. I just want to say thank you and give an applaud to you guys for the initiative and the thoughtfulness. Can you just drive us into the program that you just had? I mean, quite recently you had a program, and you were on the show talking about the program, and that program was on the 20th, this on Saturday, and it started at 11 p.m. and it was up to 1 o'clock. You were talking about a giveaway, Thanksgiving giveaway. Can you just drag her into it? How was it? What was the success? Did you really achieve your goal?
Oh yeah, by the grace of God, we were able to go through it successfully. It was cold. That was one of the challenges. It was cold, and we had a plan B, but for some reason, we couldn't get the key to go in there. And the one that ready just I don't know how to say it, but when we got the community, our African community, they were the last person to show up. The last to show up. And others was there before even the time. We had to we kept telling them to wait, we're going to start at 11 while our people didn't show up. And then after everything, some people started coming. And when we asked the questions, we didn't know about it. The poster were all on the doors, on the building. Oh, but who read that thing? We don't read those things. Just like that. And it broke my heart. It really broke my heart to know that you will see the paper on the wall or on the door, and you will not even glance at it a little bit to say, let me know what's going on in my environment. You passed there a day before and you didn't see it, but this day you seen it there. And you came there, you're here now and everything is over. If you're just going to look at it, at least you're going to be here to get what you're supposed to get. But it was really, really successful, and family connection was there with us in the call. We appreciate you guys, and they came, they show up, and they were blessed. And we gave our number up when we came back last night, and some of them called, and they were still telling us thank you for the program. So that was a enjoyable and just heartfelt moment for me.
Wow, that's wonderful. You spoke about people seeing some informations on the or posters on the houses, on the doors, and the in the elevators, but nobody cares to read. Is that a problem that needs to be addressed? If so, what do you think of it?
It is, and one of our plans for next year is having a book club as the Power for Change Women. We're gonna meet at least twice a month and see how we can pick a book and get involved. Okay, that's one of the plan on our list for next year. And then book that we can come up with just to get involved, just to get to know what's going on. And with that, maybe when they pass in next time, they will look at the poster and see how they can just what it's about. But that's one of the things that we want to target next year, having a book club meeting that we pick a book, we read, and we get together and just discuss about it.
Do you care to tell the public how many people you were able to reach doing the distribution? How many women you were able to reach with your giveaway? How many family got blessed doing the giveaway? Do you care to tell the public?
I think we went over 80.
Wow,
Yeah, 80.
wow. I mean, that's so amazing. A new the brand organization that just came into being. They were able to touch about 18 families, 80, right? 80 families. That's so much. And I know a lot of people out there that never heard who maybe you guys could strategize another means to be able to meet them so that it can be beneficiaries. But to hit 18 families, I mean, it's not easy, okay, to hit 18 or 80 families at this point in time, doing the for the Thanksgiving celebration. I mean, that's worth doing. We just want to say thank you. And I will join the other side of the studio with Solo. Solo.
Thank you so much, Minister. Let me see. I'll be able to pull out some photos from the program yesterday. At least maybe Mother Webb will be able to tell us some stuff about these photos. Mother Webb, is that some of the photos yesterday?
Yes.
Can you tell us what's happening here?
We just holding that, and that those are the food. The rice, 25 pound of rice in the box and a gallon of oil.
How much for the 25-pound of bags of rice?
It was 12.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a lot. So these are the volunteer, or are these all members of
All members,
Power of a Change
wonderful
Woman?
members.
Say that?
Members.
Is it membership open, or is it a closed membership we're talking about?
Membership is open. All you have to do just be available.
You said giving up is not an option. Why? It's a motto. How you came up with this caption?
I was thinking it's all about just thinking about something. The thing about it is that it's not like we're reading a book to teach about. It's your life story as well. And one time in my life, I was giving up. Seriously. And God could have it. Everything just added up and just gave me the strength, and I just pulled through. So when I was sitting and just thinking about my life going back, sometimes it's good to go back to the past. Maybe you left something there and you need to take it out. So I was just going back to see what I mean. And wow, what a long journey. I didn't give up. Yeah, I am today. And that's how God just lay on my mind, like giving up is not an option. I did not give up on my dream. I did not give up on marriage. I did not give up on having kids. But I gave in to God to say, let your will be done. And here I am today.
Mother Webb, I think
Yeah.
you have a powerful testimony. Let's go to specifics about your life. That you said giving up is not an option. Tell us one thing specific that you felt that you were holding up to. That I don't care. The Bible says, I don't care how long the dream may tarry will come to pass. Maybe somebody's following us tonight who's also going through that same episode. How can you encourage them specifically in our area?
Well, one of the things that one of my life story, because there are many, was, sometimes when we growing up, we have so many dreams. So many dreams. When kids playing, they have their dream, I will get married before I have kids, stuff like that. And as you growing up, life have its own plan for you. So in the process of it, and sometimes we find ourselves pregnant, not being married at a very, very young age. Very, very young age. And sometimes when we being abused from a young age, and the only thing that we feel that can help us, or that's what the person use to let us know that we are lovable, they love us, they care about us, when they molest you, and you just take that with you and think that the hat is supposed to be the person already tell you that they love you, especially when you don't have that fatherly figure in your life. So anything come your way, you just accept it, especially when somebody to showing you so much concern, but they have a different mindset. That's what they're doing. And before you know it, you're pregnant at an age that everything is not even functioning the way it's supposed to function. As a teenager, already have 2 kids. Already, as a teenager. Right there, you know that my life is over. What can I do? Who the man gonna marry me? How am I gonna follow my dreams? And that's just it. And everybody look at you. You in the community, but you there, but it's like you're not there. You're part of the community, but you feel isolated because everybody looking at you like you have committed a crime that cannot be forgiven. And then you go in, you just taking it day by day. Just taking it day by day. A child that still need to be taught certain things is not taking care of another child together. It's a hard thing. It takes away everything from you. But giving up is not an option. Not because you were a teenager and you had a child or you got pregnant out of wedlock. That doesn't make you different. It's just part of life. If I can get through it, you can get through it. God, who is the author and the finisher of our faith, can do it for us. So just to let them know you're not alone. I'm sitting here. I'm victim of that, and God brought me through.
Hallelujah. I know you don't want to take us to church this evening, but Mother Webb, yeah.
Now.
Yeah, don't take us to church. My concern is there's a single mom, maybe with 2 kids, or 1 kid, 3 kids sitting somewhere tonight who experience the same thing you experience. When did your breakthrough came? When did you realize that, yes, this is my breakthrough? Though I'm a single mom with 3 kids, I'm in the 40s, but I know my breakthrough is right here. When did you realize that?
When I realized was the time that I decided to go back to school, believe it or not. I was sitting one day, and I have given up on school already. What are you gonna do for me? I already, and that was it. And I was sitting one day, and every time I pass somewhere, oh, she's beautiful, she hardworking, and this and that. I said, I don't want to be that beautiful woman out there. She's beautiful, but I want something to be attached to my name not just being beautiful. I want something more than just being that. And the thing about it, I don't even know what you're going through. You're smiling, but behind that smile is so many pain going on. So I sat down, and that's when I believe that my breakthrough came through. And when I decided it in my mind, I said, I don't care what it takes. I want more than just that name. Beautiful. Not even calling me Kumasa, but she's so beautiful. She hard working. Okay, that's not what I want. I think that's where it started from. And
Mother
then I
Web,
just started moving forward.
Mother Web, that was a great episode. But I want you. There are people following. There are people following. What would you say to us, the men, who judge women like you? You know, seeing you so beautiful, so hardworking, but yet still we judge you. Oh, she beautiful, she hardworking, but she not married. And sometimes it's not your fault. It's our fault.
I went through that, trust me.
What do you say to us? Sometimes it's not your fault. We caused that to have you to be single where you are. But yet still we don't see our faults. But we
And
judge
you
you.
don't even help in the process.
So what do you say to us?
What would I say to you guys? Wow. I went through that, but it was my fault as well, because I felt that if my father could walk away from me, he brought me to this earth. He had a good time and he brought me here. If he can walk away, anybody else can walk away. Anybody. So before the relationship can even start, I'm ready to run, because I don't want to face that rejection anymore. So I build defense around me for defense. And man, sometimes you got to dig deeper to really understand what's going on. And sometimes people will say, oh, she's too jealous. Oh, she this and that. But she's not really jealous. She's trying to hide behind her insecurity. She's trying to hide behind her fear. And that's why she's trying to bring that jealousy in front. And that's why you guys will use, oh, she had to deal with, she had to. So if you can just take the time to really understand what really going on. I never explained anything to anybody when I was in the dating process of what I was going through until I met my husband. For some reason, I had to open up to him before we could even start a relationship. So sometimes you really just need that spirit of discernment and just ask God to just, if you really love that person, she needs help. She needs help, but she don't know how to say it. So you just have to be patient and ready. You got to take the spirit of God. Sometimes it can be easy, I'm telling you. And that you will understand and you'll be able to help that lady and make her a better person.
It's a lot to talk about tonight. I know in this country there are a lot of single mom, there are a lot of single dad, and they are built walls around them. And sometimes even they see the right person coming, if he's not the right person.
Yeah.
How can you break these walls down? If you're just joining us tonight, you have a question, please drop us a question. You have a comment, please don't hesitate to drop us a your question or your comment, and our guests will attempt to answer them. I know Sis Anna just joined us. She joined us a little late, but she was here during our last past program. I'll be going to leave her, but I just want to throw this to Sis Anna. Sis Anna, what was the challenges like executing the program yesterday? The challenges. Tell the challenges.
We didn't have any major challenge. For me, it wasn't any major challenge. One of the things that was a little bit of a challenge was organization, getting across to people, make sure that everybody is in tune with the time. And when we got there yesterday, everybody was anxious because we didn't know how many people were really in need, but it was a challenge getting people to wait and have a little patience before the process go through. But as far as getting together to do this, we had women that are very cooperative, that was very cooperative, and they went above and beyond to do what they did yesterday.
Yeah, but people came later and you never have food. And you say if there was no challenge, so you never had enough. Is that not a challenge?
Um, what the reason I say it wasn't a challenge, because what we targeted of doing, we did. We targeted for 75 single women, and we went to 76. So we
Right.
had targeted 75 and we went to 76. So that's why I say it wasn't a challenge.
This is Family Connection Network. If you just joining us, we want to say welcome. If you have a question, give us your question, drop your comment, leave her.
Wow, I mean, you just want to say, just sit back and just listen to these brilliant women speak. It's so passionate and something that is touching. Um, Mother wives side, I listened to your story, and your story. You're not alone in that story. I want to believe there are so many single mothers out there that will say the same thing, that would tell the same story. So it's like I see this as a repetition. What mechanism, other than just talking about working with people that are broken in spirit, or people that have low self-esteem, to revive them? What preventive mechanism are you guys putting together to avoid the happenings of these things? We got our teenagers. I got my little girl coming up, and these people, we found out that traditionally, as an African by origin, I know that it takes the mother. The mothers are more involved into the girls' children, trying to regulate them and teach them how society works, as compared to the father, because there are certain things that we can teach our girls' children. We rather teach those things to our boys' children and our girls' children. So I'm just concerned. What programs or mechanism are you guys putting in place to avoid the repetition of these things in our society?
Well, that's what we started since January. In order for us to help people out there, we have to start from ourselves. And we've been doing that since January, and we see that we are to that place to reach out now. So we're gonna be having couple of stuff that we're coming up with our calendar for next year. We're gonna be having seminar for our little girls, and we're not just doing it for our home. We're doing it for girls out there. Before, like you said, our parents were only concerned about girls' children, protecting them, but now you got to be concerned about the boys as well
Yes.
to protect
Yeah.
them. So we're gonna do everything we can, and that means educating them. And I writing something. I don't want to come out, but I said, parents, we need to pay close attention to our kids, the way they talk, the way they move about. For certain, you know the child to be very active, outspoken, but for some reason, after a certain, they just get so quiet, isolated, and don't want to take part in anything. That's a sign you gotta pay attention to these things. And that's the skills our parents back then did not have. They did their best, but they consider everybody to be family in the community, leaving our kids vulnerable to the outside world. And now we have to be very careful. And the power for change woman, we're gonna do that. We're not stopping here. We're gonna go back home as well. So we're gonna have programs that we're working on, gonna come out soon, speaking to our little kids, speaking to our girls on how to go about, how to report stuff, how to say no. You don't have to compromise your value for anything. You are beautiful, and that's what women, the parents have to start from the womb. Tell them they are beautiful. They are good looking, they worth it. I mean, just tell them something that they don't have to hear out there, and they feel so carried away, and those are stuff that can make our kids to get into trouble. So if we start from home, can prepare them for the outside world, even though it will be challenging out there, but at least they have the truth and they have a foundation that they can lean on going forward.
And to jump in with what Mother was saying on Minister Titus, yes, Mother do a lot of the stuff with the girls, but the girls need their fathers. Father need to let the little girls know how beautiful they are, how important they are, and they need to show that to the mothers. Let them see how you treat mommy at home,
Amen.
and they will know that this is how they should be treated.
Amen. Yeah.
If fathers, because back home they say go to your mother, everything go to your mother. And you can't do that. Girls need to know that my father is there. I can talk to my father. My father is not so hard that if I'm too afraid to talk to him. Children should be afraid with respect, like how we reference God. But they shouldn't be afraid to speak to their father if something is bothering them. They should be free to speak to daddy as well as mommy. And we are training ourselves and teaching ourselves now how to talk to our daughters, how to listen to our daughters, as well as our sons. Because if we don't listen to them and we just form opinion and dismiss everything and just believe they're adults, we're going to lose them to the wrong people. So, fathers, you are much, much as important as mothers.
Responsible, yep. That's a responsibility, yep.
Yep. We have opened another forum. So we are not talking about the father's involvement. That's great. Looking at it, I agree with you. Our people say it takes a village to bring up a child, you know. But my concern is, other than unlike the traditional sector that we used to, Africa, where when you see a child out there doing something wrong, and that child going to be afraid, even if you're not the parents, even if you are the uncle, you are the auntie, they're going to be afraid because they have to believe that somebody will go out there and say something to their parents, and that fear is in them. They always want to be in a kind of a checking, in a kind of a checking position. But none of them, we see the children in America. I mean, 12 o'clock, some of the kids are out there on party, babies like 14, 15 years old, and it's all surrounding this issue of right. Most of these things they learn it in their schools. Their classmates telling, I can't go to bed at 6 o'clock. No, my mommy can't tell me to go to bed at 6 o'clock. I went to a party, I was up there like 9, 10, 11. And we spend more time, our kids spend more times in the school as compared to home. What can we do different this time around as parents? What can your organization do different to be able to create a kind of an environment that our children we learned after their parents, even when the parents are in home? Most of the parents are out there. What can we do?
It's open.
Mrs. Annes, Anthony can pick it up and you can come in later.
All right. I have a teenager that I'm facing a lot of challenges with. I'll use mine as an example. But the rules that in my house still has to be enforced. The city and state are not looking to keep kids because they don't have space. They want to see that you have something in place that they can work with. And if you have something in place that for your children at home, definitely everybody, you have to know your culture and you have to teach your children your culture. And every family have their own rules and regulations. You have to enforce it, whether the kids like it or not, you have to enforce it. The only thing we're not allowed to do to beat our children that they like some of us, we got fufu stick, belt, gower switches, wires, and all. We can't do that to our kids here. But yes, we can enforce the rules in our home. And one of the things we do is you get your kids involved in activities. Let them get involved in activity. Most time, we don't get involved in our children's school. We don't get them involved in extracurricular activities. And children get bored easily. And when they get bored, they will find stuff. We got to monitor what they watch. We got to monitor what they're talking about. We got to monitor who the friends they're hanging out with. And as you got to let your kids know that if such and such person see you outside and you're not doing the right thing, they will tell me and you will get disciplined for it. You can't tell your children, we are Africans. We can't tell our children, nobody has the right to tell you anything. She's not your mother. You got to tell them she's not your mother, but she's an adult who has the right to help to guide you. If you're not doing the right thing, I don't expect you to disrespect that person. You have to start that from at home. And when you start it from at home, I'm not saying the kids will not sneak, they will not mess up. Yes, they will. But they will have that fear, oh God, this person saw me, now they're going to tell mommy. And there will be consequences when I get home. So they always have to know there are rules and there are regulations in your home.
Yeah, before Mother Web comment, I just want to make it one follow up, Sis Anna. You talk about not doing what our parents did to us. But the same Bible said that do not spare the rod to spoil the child. How do you reconcile that?
Discipline can come in many forms. Abuse is different from discipline. Beating your child until bruises on their body, they get afraid, but it doesn't make them change. Making that child to understand, yes, I would never tell nobody I haven't done hit my child, but I do that as a last result. You have to talk to your children, understand what they are going through. Most time we just hit, slap, we don't even listen. As soon as they try to, don't talk when I'm talking. But we want them to listen to us. We have to listen to them also. But you can't just, everything you just beat. I know that for a fact. My mother, if somebody said I was jumping, no question asked whether they were lying or not. I just got a beating. And that put a lot of resentment in me. That put a lot of anger in me. And that I couldn't express. And that wasn't good because when it came out, it didn't come out good. And then I would latch out at the wrong people in the wrong places. But if we teach our kids, yes, you have the right to speak, but this is what's going to happen. If you don't do this, I will do this. They know, and you stick to it. And it has to be a two-person. If you're a single parent household, yes. If you're two parents in the house, you have to say, well, that if they come to you, mommy cannot do that, what did daddy say? You have to be on the same page. Because if daddy is saying this, and because they kiss, I'm telling you, I've been raising kids since I was age 22 in this country. And I'm telling you, the kids, they are very sneaky, smart than anything. They will go to one parent and say, oh, this person said to ask you. I will give you a common example. My husband had brain surgery. He had a brain tumor in 2012, and he had to be operated on his brain. So as a result of that, he lost hearing in one ear. So he's a disciplinarian, more an old school Liberian style disciplinarian. Sometimes I have to be the mediator between him and the kids. And they will come to that ear that he doesn't hear and ask him for the very thing that he said that they shouldn't do. And then when I see them, I say, but daddy said yes. So then when I come back to him, I say, but I thought we agreed on this. And I see the kids doing this or going to, he said, and then he asked me, he said, yes, I asked you. But so one day I realized what they were doing. I caught on to what they were doing. And I told him, I said, you know what? They're asking you from the ear you can't hear from. You're involved in your sport and CNN and Fox News. So that's why they know that's the right time to ask you. Next time, before they leave, tell them and to come to see me. So once they knew that before they get out, they had to come to see me and I had to confirm with daddy, that put a stop to it. So the kids are very smart here too. So we have to really monitor them.
Wow. To our folks that are monitoring us, if you want to join this forum and ask a question or make a comment, you can call our numbers. The numbers are 646-600-0793, or you can call 347-938-5933 to be a part of the forum. Also, you could just drop all your comments. We will try our best to read them out to our guests, and they will respond to your comment. Mother Webs, what have you to say when it comes to that?
Well, like you said, it takes a village to raise a child. I have a serious problem with that saying when I was growing up. Our parents make us to understand that the community, we were family. It takes a village to raise a child, but they didn't let us know how depth they have to go or how involved that community have to be into your child life. And a lot of things happen to the kids because of that word. It take a village to raise a child. Abuse went on, maltreatment went on because everybody was considered family. Afraid to say something, afraid to speak out because they put that in us. They didn't give us that teaching that we needed to guide us. That's your auntie, that's your uncle. And uncle come and they're touching you inappropriately. You cannot say anything. That's the finish. Living next door. I have a serious problem with it. I think they should change that word or explain it to us better. I mean, the kids that are coming up now. And when we come to America here, it stay happy, but not like back home. Because the place we're living is like you face me, I face you. From one building to another. But here, I had a serious problem with spending time with my kids when we came here. And that was very, very wrong. I was too busy chasing the money. And most time, my daughter, she was there taking care of her little brother. Why you don't have time for us? And sometimes we think that when we're meeting the physical needs, that's all to it. And we just leave the children. We go, we're doing live in, we're doing triple. You eat, open the door, get in, and that's it. And when as they grow up, they're going to come back and put it right in your face. You were never there. You was never there. Every time you were just working. Then you remind them, oh, I was working to buy you this. No, mommy, I needed you. No, daddy, I needed you. So all we can do is make ourselves available. I know we have to pay the bills, but we have to make ourselves available. Because if we're not available, we miss out on some little clue that we need to get to arrest the situation before it gets worse. We all contribute to our kids' behavior. At one point, my daughter left home because when I got ready to be involved now, it was not an easy thing. It was a rock and roll. She don't want to follow the rules. She don't want to follow the regulation in the house. Two women cannot live in the same house. And I make it clear to her. I'm not going to sit here and you think that I know sometimes we say, oh, the training that I didn't get or the privilege I didn't get, I want to give it to my child. And in the process, we spoil them. So we need to stand up and take responsibility. Make ourselves available. If you're two in the house, rotate it. The schedule should be something that somebody should be home. The TV, everything is on the internet. Everything is on the TV. So you want to start from home and in class. My son one time, at that time, I think he was 5 years old, and he came home one time, he's like, oh, mommy, there's the new Jordan that just came out. I want to get it. And I said, Jordan, where you took that from? Oh, my friend told me about it in school, and I wanted to get it. I said, Jordan, where? I said, I even buy myself $200, $300 sneakers. I should go get it from you. It's not happening. And when I got you talking to him from that day, he never came back with that kind of saying from the school or from his friends. You cannot be a follower. You got to be a leader. But how can you do this thing? How can you say it to them? You have to be available. So that's what we need to do. Make ourselves available. Get involved. And you will understand the child. You can be a father, a mother, but still be that friend that the child can come to. Now my daughter and I, she come, we talk about things. We talk. We never had that. And I just bless God that the opportunity was given to me again, and I make it right.
Thank you. I think, I don't know, but we arranged something. We have to have parenting section on this program where we got to bring two of you back, because I can say for sure in my house there was some amen here when Sis Anna was speaking, where parents need to get involved with their daughters and not as Why leave out saying that we can't do anything? There's nothing unlimited. You're getting some amen all over the place around here. So what was going through my head is that we need to arrange something once in a while, bring you guys, because we need to talk about parenting, especially in an African setting. Parenting in
It's tough.
Africa is quite different from parenting in the US. I can
Yeah.
tell you for free, when I came to the US, I had challenges trying to adapt to the system. And I can
Yep.
say that I've adapted fully, but I tried to some level. So there's a need to have this discussion, and we can bring some fathers on board to see where we can disagree to agree on this issue. It's a
I
very
know.
important issue because our children are going astray because
Yep.
the parents are leaving the kids at home, 5, 6 years old, taking care of themselves and doing all the doubles. And at the end of
Yep.
the day, you get the money, the children are frustrated. They are in the street. You lose them. Who are you
Yes.
working for? What's your life all about?
Yep.
So we need to look at it. Do you prioritize the money or you prioritize the kid? These are issues we need to look at. But it was a great discussion tonight. I want to say thank you so much. And I know there are a lot of people out there, people commenting, but hey, time is our biggest enemy. We have to go home. We just want to take your part in comment, but we'll have a discussion and we'll come back. And let's talk about this thing. It's very important, and let people get to know. In the issue of a single mom sitting there frustrated. So because you got 3 kids already, no husband, so you got to work two jobs, 7 days a week. You don't even sleep in your bed just to take
Yep.
care of them. It's a challenge.
Yep.
We need to talk about these things. How can they find their way out? What are things? I know there are resources in this country that will be able to help. But I don't want to be
Yeah.
a preacher man. I just like to take a parting comment from Sis Anna tonight. But I'm quite intrigued and I'm quite interested in this topic. We need to talk more about it. And we'll come to you if people want to reach out to Power of a Change Woman. I know the numbers are on the screen. They can take those numbers. But what do you want to say to them, those who are willing to be a part of this group? Sis Annette?
It's not, there's no membership fee. We just need your commitment and your willingness to work. We want everybody to say Power of a Change Woman. So when you come in, don't feel that you because the mother is a nurse and this person has this degree, this person had this experience. Everything that you bring in can be used. Don't limit yourself because we're here to lift you. The little bit of you that you have, we will use that to build on into this group because everybody is important. And parents, single parents, don't feel alone. Call us, talk to us. I've been married, but I've been a single parent because my husband worked, made him travel a lot. So I would be alone with kids for months. And I know how tough that is. I know about working 2 jobs, 3 jobs with kids. So don't feel alone. Talk to us. Call us. We're there to not to put you down. Your mistakes doesn't define you. What you want to do to better yourself is what defines you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mother Webb, we'll take your part in comment for tonight.
Yeah, let's just Anna said earlier, it's not about your qualification. There's no membership. You just have to come your willingness to change your life. We can talk together, but you have to be willing to bring that change to your life. You have to be willing. Bring your little. 2 Kings. The lady said, we don't have much. I don't have much to pay back the debts. But I have the little. And that little, that's what we're trying to tell you. Maybe life's challenges, circumstances have taken everything out of you, and you have just that little. Just bring it to the altar of God, and we all gonna do it together, and you will see it multiplying before your eye without even you noticing it. Just bring that little. Just bring that little that you have left. We all been there. Sis Honest been married, but she said she been single or a mother raising the kids. I've been raising them from day one until 2015. I became a married woman, and a couple of years later, before my husband joined me. So I know what it's like. So when you talk about being a child without a father growing up, I've been there. Being a teenager getting pregnant, I've been there. Being a single mother raising them, I've been there. So when you talk about everything, I have had that experience. So come, let's put it together. And our number is 347-920-9634. Just bring that little, and we all can grow together. Reach out. We don't have everything to give you, but God can give it to you through the organization to make you who you're supposed to be. You stay have it in there. That seed is there. You just need it to be breathed out. And God can make it happen for you. Don't feel alone. Feel that you fit in. You stand out. Everything you got is inside you to make you that woman that God have called you to be.
Yes.
In the community, in your marriage, to make it a better one. We love you all, but God loves you the best.
Thank you so much. Minister Leva, your parting comment.
Well, we just want to say thank you to our guests and tell the public or our audience that this is just one of the many things that we do out there. You know, if you have your programs and you're doing something in the community, you don't have to cover it. You could inspire or change somebody's life, you know, with your program. Come on, contact the Family Connection Network family. We are here. We are a community-based project, a program, and we cover a lot of things. You got wedding, you got birthday, whatever you got, and you want the public to know we got professionals that will come out there to cover those events. Even if you got wake and then you got funeral, no matter we are a program with our border. So we say come in, we are family program, we are community program, and we're going to fit you in, and we're going to, you know, carry a program live, and there's going to be no distraction. You're going to get a quality service that you need. So God's blessings upon you, and so you can take it from there.
Thank you so much.
We want
This
to tell
is
you
a
guys
very
thank you
sensitive
too.
topic, but we're not shy from it. We'll try our best to come back with it. Well, get
Good.
again and see how we can dwell in this thing. Because I know if we have a good family, because it's a smaller unit of the society. If we have better
Yes.
family, then we can have a better society. So we need whoever support, so we can come and put things together. This is how we go on tonight. I want to say thank you so much for being a part of us, and we'll be back here next week.
Thank you for having us
For
as well.
having
On
us.
behalf of the Powerful Change, we say thank you.
My